Today I'm going to show you guys how to make garlic powder, or how I make garlic powder. As you can see, I'm out. Completely out. And my mother-in-law gave me a whole bag of garlic last time we visited. She always gets it. She has like a subscription that sends you meals and stuff, and they always send a clove of garlic, and then the recipe calls for like, or they send a bulb of garlic, a whole head, and the recipe calls for just a clove. And so she's like, what am I doing with all this garlic? So I was like, I will take it and make garlic powder out of it. So that is what we are doing today. Annalise is taking a nap, so it's the perfect opportunity to do it. I can't find my tripod, so the angle of the camera is going to be very weird in this video. I apologize in advance. Let's get started. Oh yeah, all right, this is totally working. Okay. Okay, so I'm making my own garlic powder. What? Okay guys, so we're gonna start. I sound like a dummy. Okay. Let's begin. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this with parchment paper. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'd prefer to do this on a sheet pan, but I don't have one. A little too big. Let's quench the parchment paper so that it's quenchment. Isn't that what it's supposed to say? I don't know. Because the parchment paper is parched. But now we have drippings of water everywhere. So that's fun. All right. Make sure that we got all of this nice and line to the side. That's good stuff. So whenever I peel my garlic, I save all the peelings. You should do that too. That way, I can use them when I make garlic powder. So in they go. Don't worry about the not parched parchment paper. It will dry. And then we're gonna take all these and we're not gonna peel them completely, but we are gonna pull them apart and chop them in half if we can. There we go. We don't want this part. Don't use that. Gross. That's where it used to live, in the ground. All right, see all these little guys? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take, oh hey, that came off. We're gonna take all these little guys and we're gonna chop them up into pieces. We might need a second pan because I got a lot of garlic. Let's get chopping. I'm gonna use a paring knife because that's who I am. Cut to some music. So the reason we are cutting these all up into small pieces is to make it easier for them to dry in the oven. I'm using the oven. If you have a dehydrator, that's even better. I wish I had one. I envy you. So that's what we're gonna do. When we're all done chopping this up, I'm gonna put it in the oven at my lowest setting, probably 8 to 10 hours, if not 12. See you when I get there. So as you can see, I'm only partially way done. I've been doing this for a while. My hands are so garlicky. After I'm done, I'm gonna put it in the oven on the lowest setting, which for me is 150. So I'm gonna do that. I'm for, I don't know, a lot of hours. Alrighty, so these were in the oven at the lowest setting, which for me is 150, but my oven's 50 degrees off, so it was 200. They're pretty dry. I've left them out all day yesterday because I couldn't get to them to finish up the process. And so, like, you know, just give them extra time to just dry out and stuff. And I'm just making sure that the clumps of garlic are like not moist, that they break easy and stuff, and they're brittle, and I'm able to crunch them up. If they weren't, I'd put them in for longer. But I think so far we're good. And now I'm going to turn them into powder. Okay, you guys, coming at you a few days later. Life got crazy, so I'm just now finishing up my garlic powder. I've had it in this bowl sitting on my counter, and it's totally fine. Just leave it on the counter as long as it's not getting moist and stuff. I'm going to use this coffee grinder to grind up mine. It's the only thing I have to grind it up. So whatever you have can work. A blender would probably even work if I wanted to use a blender. It wouldn't be as fine, so that's what I'm not going to use, a blender. I use this. I don't have a food processor, so I just go with what I have on hand. And right now, that is an old coffee grinder that we don't use to grind coffee anymore. We just buy coffee that's already ground because I've used this for garlic so many times that it smells and tastes like garlic, and then the coffee is not good anymore. So, all right. This is all of the powder. So much. Look at that. Came from all of that garlic. I'm so excited. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna fill this up and then put the rest in a jar. Probably a bigger jar. I'm gonna find a bigger jar and then put it in the cupboard to store it. But for the most of it, it's gonna go in here. All done. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed that, go ahead and hit subscribe and follow along. I post when I have videos. I don't really have a schedule yet, but I post whenever I have videos, and all my content is to just encourage you to know that you can do homesteading. You can homestead in a tiny apartment in the city. You don't have to have 5 acres, 20 acres. You don't even have to have a house. You can rent an apartment and live in the city just like I do and still do these things. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a good day.